First half countdown's number 2 story, tonight's worst persons in the world. LeBron's Poltergeist, speaking of so 90s, complaining to the manatee about the president and boss Limbaugh. The important point here is, Sean, that I'm a little bitter. What does a girl have to do to get some love from the president? Obama used to attack you and me. He's attacking Rush. And the biggest outlets carrying your column are now Richard Mellonscape's vanity newspaper in Pittsburgh and the website My Fox Dallas. You're lucky that I still bother to call you out. Our runners-up, Brett Baer and Glenn Beck, over there in the paranoia department at Fixed News. Bugs Beck reported that when Vice President Biden spoke to the Executive Council of the AFL-CIO, he was, quote, meeting in secret today with the unions, and compared it to Dick Cheney's meetings with oil executives. News actor Baer, meanwhile, said the Biden AFL-CIO visit, quote, was anything but transparent. The White House issued a full transcript of the speech, and for the first time in the history of its Executive Council meetings, the AFL-CIO allowed a pool of print reporters to cover Biden's speech. Other than that, no transparency whatsoever. The transparency is in the space between Beck's ears. But our winner, Republican Senator Jim DeMint, arguing to continue a program of school vouchers, private school vouchers, in Washington, D.C. He said of the D.C. high school system, quote, parents tell us if they are sending their kids off to public schools, the chances are very good that they're going to end up in a gang rather than graduating high school. Nearly 70% of the public high school students in the District of Columbia graduated last year, as compared to just 56% who graduated in DeMint's state of South Carolina. His statement, reported by the conservative Washington Times, has now prompted a clarification from his office, suggesting he disagreed with that parent's statement. Senator Jim DeMint of South Carolina, today's worst person in the world.